Hi, Watson Gan here. Welcome to my 21-day challenge. It has been something has been on my heart for a while. When 2020 happened with the lockdown, we had more time. I was going to put this together, but somehow, for one reason or another, I did not quite make that happen. After Thanksgiving, my daughter and I took a little evening walk. My daughter Kayla had just got accepted into USC doctorate program, which we were so proud of. We're so happy for her. She worked so hard. She's such an inspiration to me, to her mother, to her, and her brother. And I thought, wow, 21-day lockdown, the whole world, the whole Southern California just felt like, do we have to go through this again? You can imagine the restaurant's owner, the people who work in the restaurant, different businesses, even just go to shop. It's a dread. It's Christmas season. We thought about, how are we gonna endure? Well, it's gonna be like when this is all over. Well, as you know, these past 10 months or so, there's enough said and written about COVID, about lockdown. There's so much argument back and forth, who's at fault, this and that, and finger pointing. Well, I shall not add any more misery by adding my thought to this matter. However, I would like to use the next 21 days as a theme to do something that you can look forward to. At the end of 21 days, something exciting, something fresh, and something life-altering is going to happen if you will stick with me for the next 21 days. I promise you. Well, I'm going to start today as a day one of the 21-day challenge. I'm going to start with a story. This topic is a story called Dig Gold. Dig Gold. Well, if you will just stick to the end of this, you will enjoy. If nothing else, you will enjoy the story, I promise. And there's a lot to learn from this story called Dig Gold. Dig Gold. Well, a little bit about myself. Many of you know who I am. I'm a Southern California real estate broker, a Hall of Fame realtor in business since 2001. I am blessed with some of the best clients, work with some of the most prominent realtor, some of the best broker from all over America, Canada. I've been doing Connection International for many years, more than 10 years really. We're looking to expand our business in different countries. With the company, which is the fastest growing real estate company, a pioneer, and just do a lot of groundbreaking work like never seen before. I want to also let you know that prior to becoming a real estate, in the real estate business, I was an entrepreneur. I had never worked for anybody in my entire life. I came here to California, start with zero, no money, no friend, built a business, expand to every single county in Southern California that touches Los Angeles. We have clients from Dana Point all the way to Santa Barbara. I know Santa Barbara doesn't touch LA County, but there's also one client I serve. I've been in Malibu, Beverly Hills. I've been way into a little place called Hammond. I've been in places like Lancaster, and I built a good, successful business on a very, very competitive environment. And in real estate, I have been a top producing agent for many, many years in San Marino. Like I said, I have some of the best clients who trusted me selling their home. And we pick on the listing, we do the best. We do our very best. Me, my wife, and our team provide them with the very best. Our client get tens of thousands of dollars. Easily they can count on getting tens of thousands of dollars more for their home versus if they were to be sold by another agent. And some of them get hundreds of thousands of dollars more, and this is all documented. And not many years ago, I've been in RE/MAX for many, many years. I joined RE/MAX because RE/MAX, back then, almost 20 years ago, it's like they call themselves the real estate leader, the top, the best agent work at RE/MAX. They will not accept anybody else. But things have changed. RE/MAX was so kind. Give me this thing called Lifetime Achievement Award. Now, if you are my Facebook friend or you are my client, you probably don't hear a whole lot about me bragging about this. This has been with me for some years. I never did anything, quite honest with you. I felt like I don't deserve the Lifetime Achievement Award. If anything, my client who said that, my team, people who work so hard behind the scene, and people who trusted me with the most valuable asset in their life, deserve the Lifetime Achievement. It wasn't me. If anything, I haven't achieved anything yet. I haven't given enough. So I started a few things. As soon as I got the Lifetime Achievement Award, I worked with Pastor Clayton on helping the people who are going through tough time, the veterans, and also to people who are experiencing homelessness. We've been doing that ever since. And about one thing about me is that I want to tell you, I have a lot of bad habits. I really need a 21 day to break up my bad habit. I have a lot of successes, but I have even more failure in life. The thing I'm teaching you are something that I took time to learn and to study. With 2020, I get to spend more time. I have been with some of the key coaches. I have spent a lot of money over the years in my entire real estate career to be taught by some of the best of the best. I have networked and worked with the top producing agent. We try to put the best practice implementing on our client to benefit our client, to serve our client. That's what I do, and I'd like to be able to share it with you. If you happen to be in real estate business, you are in for a real treat. You don't have to spend the tens of thousands a year. I think I spend like close to 50 grand a year just for education. And I've been with the top selling author like Jack Canwell, The Chicken Soup for the Soul, and then I also have been with Raymond Aaron, who just a dynamic coach. I think he's in his 70s, just have a heart to teach, to pass on his wisdom, and numerous other people. And some of the people I look up to, I do a lot of reading, a lot of studying. This is a book I have been having, by far one of the best, most influential book in my life, by the late Zig Ziglar. I call him my father. That's kind of like my father's age, and he just taught me so much wisdom when I was back in college. And many of you heard about E-Myth, Michael Gerber, and getting things done. This is something that everybody have challenged with. I'm still working on this. I tell you, I'm still learning to be more productive. And then not only that, he has an even more advanced book, way thicker than that. See how the difference is. And I just love this, consume this book. And not some years ago, I learned about the 4-hour work week. Tell you can just do everything in 4 hours a week instead of the rat race, the grinding. I also appreciate John Maxwell, the great guru of the coach of leadership, John Maxwell, Today Matter. So I do, you don't have to spend hundreds of dollars, maybe even thousands of dollars for the book that I bought in my shelf. These are things that I study, I put in practice, and I try to fine tune it to suit my life, my really busy real estate career. And other thing that was mentioning is this book, The 7 Habits. Just about everybody know about 7 Habits. For me, I went up a step even higher by saying 7 Habits apply as a family life. Many people can make money and be successful in one area, but he's talking about have a balanced life where you could be successful. Now, what I appreciate even more, I've spent almost, I would say 12, 15 years just reading this book. Also by the late, great Dr. Stephen Covey of BYU. The 7 Habits, he came up with the 8 Habits. This is a lot more intense, a lot more deep. Sometimes I just pick up this book, read a chapter, even just read a few pages and slowly digesting on it. These are just a lot of wisdom, lots of things that I'm still in the process of learning and growing and to absorb into my life so I can be more effective, I can serve people better. I want to be able to do a better job and also be able to be a good father and a better husband, a better contributor. And I'm still learning. So please join me on my 21 day and together we work on it. The 21 day challenge. You may ask me, what is 21 day challenge? Well, real simple. It's everything that I have learned from my failure, from my success, all put together in 21 days. Put in the bite-sized pieces. I promise you, you are not likely to find this anywhere else. At least not in one setting, okay? Not in one setting. The 21 days, I mentioned to you about. This 21 day has a lot to do with our habit, our life habit. Okay, habit. So I'm going to touch on how you make good habit, make good decisions for your life. 21 day habit. Let me tell you what happened when I was in college. I took on a job called residence assistant, or better known as RA. I was put in charge of the whole floor. A student, make sure that they are well cared for. Sometimes in the weekend or on Friday night, there are things like problem with drugs or drinking or fighting. You had to be the person, be there to solve their problem. Sometimes they provide counseling. There were students who were, had tough times, even suicidal. We had to cover a lot of ground. A group of RA would get together and we talk about some of the things we struggle. Some of who have been in RA a longer time would be there to help us do kind of like advisors, coaches. When they came, we sit in a big circle, the question came to me and asked, Watson, what is one thing that you're struggling that you'd like to get help with? I told the group, I said, you know what, I love the morning. I love to get up in the morning. Morning is so beautiful, the air is fresh, the bird is chirping. I just love to get up in the morning, but I just can't. When I get up in the morning, I feel tired, I feel groggy, I fall back to sleep, or I could be up, a couple hours early, but then nothing gets done. This one lady, I remember her, she's the cutest lady, her name is Trudy. Unfortunately, I don't remember her last name, or else I would have been able to contact her on social media. Trudy told me to say, Watson, if you were to do this one thing for the next 21 days, I can promise you, I can guarantee you, it will become your new habit. All you can do is just get up in the morning at the time you want to get up. I think back then it's like 5 o'clock in the morning. If you just do that continuously for 21 days and without breaking, it'll become your habit. About 35 years later, I so appreciate Trudy for that advice. I enjoy many mornings, beautiful morning when it's clean, when it's clear. I got so much done the first 2 hours of my day than any other time during the day. For that, I'm thankful. So I'm going to build on that. I'm going to go through another 21 days. Trust me, I've got lots of problems. I've got lots of bad habits. I've got a lot of things to break. So for that, I'm going to start with my 21-day habit. 21-day challenge, start with my habit. Now, and also I want to be able to not just make a lot of money, try to provide a good living, and try to build a company. I'm a part of a company which is the fastest growing real estate company in the world. For the past several years now, I've been spending more and more time helping young agent, new agent in my business, provide them good practices. Many of them gone on to be very successful, top producing. I'm still providing those information, continue to be in touch with them. I want to be a mentor, I want to be a coach to these people. And also I've been looking overseas, I've been expanding business. Our company has expanded many countries in the recent year. And I'm just so excited. Now I'm going to share this story with you. It's called Dig Go, Dig Go. And I hope and I trust that you enjoy this story. I'm going to share a story from this book I wrote just a few years ago. The 9 most costly mistakes smart people make when selling their homes. At the end of the story, I'll tell you how you can get a copy of this book if you live within 100 miles where I am. And also how the subtitle of this book called Learn How You Can Save or Make Tens of Thousands, even hundreds of thousands more, selling your California property. Now the story will teach you how you can make hundreds of thousands through this financial crisis. And the story goes like this. The name of the story called Dig Go, Dig Go. The year was 2009. America had been hit with the subprime crisis, the worst financial meltdown in nearly a century, and it rocked the whole world. Somewhere in Southern California, a young, very attractive couple, once very successful, they were driving on the dirt road with their 3 boys, driving on a remote country road. They had lost their business, a business they worked so hard to build. They had wiped out everything that they had. The bank had foreclosed on their beautiful home in the suburb. No work, no home, no hope, no face. The only thing to do was pack up everything they had in the SUV. They wanted to run as far as they could away from everything. Their scattered life, their old business, the employee their old wages to, and also to run away from a lot of attorney, tax collector, their rich neighbor, and also their friends and family. With their credit ruined and just a little bit money left, they were in search of a place to hide or to rent, a cheap place where they can find. Hopefully one day they'll wake up knowing all of this was just a bad dream. And when they drive on this dusty road on a forsaken wilderness, they had no idea where they were heading. Suddenly they saw a for sale sign. This for sale sign has been there for a while, tilted frontward. It happened that a gentleman was out there putting the sign down. So the man hopped out of the car just to see if maybe the home is for rent. It happened that the gentleman was trying to sell the home for a long time. He spoke very little English and told them that there was no taker for the house. He planned to just take the sign down, throw the key back in the bank, run away. The economy was so bad, not a single offer came in during those times. The gentleman told the couple that he was so behind on the payment. The bank got so desperate. The bank would take any offer, anybody who can sign on the dotted line at the bottom of the paper and who can breathe. That's all it takes. No income, no credit, no qualifying, no question asked. Just take their sweet time to pay off the balance on the house and to cut the balance they have. To their surprise, the home is very affordable, only a few $100s a month. They used to be paying like $10,000 a month for the house payment. They did not care about the house, they didn't like the location, they didn't even like this funky looking seller. While the husband was about to jump out the SUV, suddenly the wife said, "Wait, honey." Now we men, when our wife said, "Wait, honey," you better pause and think again. Well, they have a little choice and they didn't want to pass up on this opportunity. The gentleman was so glad to get this hot potato off his hand. So he packed up all his belongings, loaded up everything in his truck, ready to drive away, and the key to the couple. He had never seen such unhappy human being on earth before. 5 of the most ugliest, depressed, lifeless person. Well, just about he handed the key over to them. He thought maybe he could say something nice to cheer them up a little bit. He think and think and think. There's nothing nice to say. Nothing about the house, nothing about the property, not even on the highway, which is dusty and noisy, big truck, big car zooming by. Nothing. Then he thought of something. He smiled. He looked at them. He goes, "Dig go, dig go." How ridiculous! The family got so annoyed. Maybe he tried to be funny and cheer them up a little bit, but that did not help. That irritated the husband even more. He smirked at him, told him to get lost. Still, they were so kind of happy that there's a roof over their head that night, at a price they can scrape by. But they were not happy with how they had to start their life over in this ugly, dinky, dusty, dirty house. The year that followed was tough on the family. The couple had to take a long commute, driving into the city, work on a tough, demeaning job, making just a fraction of what they used to earn. With a gigantic mountain of debt they had to pay off, they figured they had to work for years, decades, maybe the rest of their life, just to pay off the bill. After one long, tired week of hard labor, the husband woke up very early one Sunday morning, unable to fall back to sleep, feeling burned out, demoralized. He started to feel sorry for himself and for what he had put his family through. He became suicidal. Dig go, dig go. Suddenly, the seller's word came alive. Cried out to him, "Hey, what if that crazy seller was for real?" Immediately he jumped out of bed, started to dig and dig. Then the wives got up. The 3 sons woke up too. They joined in. What did they have to lose, right? Well, after all the digging, there was no gold. And the following Monday, the couple went back to their old tired routine, long drive, fighting traffic, and going to work on jobs they absolutely hated. Well, on the way back, the wife decided to pick up some produce and saw some seeds. Maybe I'll just grow some veggie to save on the grocery bill. Being a city girl, she knew nothing about gardening, never even touched any seed in his entire life. Well, surprisingly, the garden yielded bountiful crops of harvest in a short period of time. With so much extra they could not eat it all, they decided to put on the roadside with a big sign, free, help yourself. That blessed so many passerby. They stopped by and were so grateful for the free, fresh, ripe, succulent produce that money can't buy anywhere else. People were so grateful, left a bunch of thank you notes behind. People living out there were so poor. It was very tough time economy. Most of them are not working or just underemployed. A few weeks that gone by, the husband fell even deeper into depression, hating his job, the ugly house, and his life there even more. Hey, maybe we did not dig deep enough. So he decided to run into town, rented a tractor, spent a little money that he saved up, took some days off from work without pay. He was more determined than ever before. He got the family to work together again, even harder this time. They dug much deeper and plowed through every single square inch of the property. Still not a hint of gold anywhere. In the end, they were so discouraged and started to poke fun at Dad and laugh at each other. They didn't believe in any gold to begin with anyway. Dad really felt stupid now. So stupid to have wasted those hard-earned money he saved up on the tractor. And luckily he didn't lose his job. And he became a laughing stock, not just in the family, but also the neighborhood. Now, the grounds are dug up. It's all messed up. Before, at least, the useless piece of ground, we can walk on it. Now you twist your ankle just by walking on it. Then the wife decided to come home the next day with even more seeds. This time with corn, watermelon, and those fruit trees that grow really good in deep soil. And those become, the soil is so fertile, you end up with even more bumper crop one after another. Unable to consume it all, the boy was put in charge of selling produce after school by the roadside. They built a little produce stand to handle the traffic and its demand. Operating with almost no overhead and zero advertising, they offer so much better fruit and vegetable. The couple decided to quit their job and start a full-blown business. The bounty was so appreciated, the family was well-liked. They became very famous with zero advertising dollar. With buyer from the highway, the produce stand turned into a very busy and lucrative store. Before long, the business grew and they started to hire the local who were unemployed. And their family was able to build a brand new custom home on the property right behind the store. Years later, the couple got all the three boys through a very expensive business school. The boys started to do business when they were young. They became very successful, made very good money after college. The couple became very rich, ended up selling their business, the property, the store as a package at a ridiculous price. They retired early, moved into a beachfront home in a mansion, never had to work a single day of their life. Now, unexpectedly, on the day of their move, the gentleman who sold them the piece of property, decided to stop by. He had watched them grow, how they had started to become rich. He was hoping that the family did not hold any grudge against him for selling him that lousy piece of property. By then, he could speak a little better English. He told them how impressed he was with their business plan, how they first launched with freebie, then started with a small stand, then become a store, and how it turned into the most successful business in the entire township. He hoped that the family are glad to see him again, or at least didn't hold any grudges against him. He said in his somewhat improved English, "I know Jew that day. Jew hate me. Jew hate you. Jew hate the house. Jew hate buying my house. Jew this and Jew that." Right there, the husband remembered that day. He became so furious, so irked for him even showing up. And he had lied to him about the gold. He pulled him on the side of the store, grabbed hold of his poncho, and point angry at the ground, and make him look like an idiot. He said, "Hey, amigo, I was a big boss before I came here. I got thousands and thousands of workers working for me in my company. Nobody make fun of me. Nobody. And you told me, dig go. Very funny, huh? You have any idea what you put me through? The gentleman just smiled with the gold teeth shining at the gentleman, at the man. No, I just told you the story is Rico. If you figure out, Rico is rich. The moral of the story is this. I don't care what you go through. You may have an SUV where all the belongings packed in there. You might have an old clunker. You might be on the wilderness not knowing where you'll be heading, where you put your head tonight. You could have a business you built for years, bringing millions and millions of dollars. You can have 1,000 employees working under you. Now you have nothing. You couldn't even face your next door neighbor or your brother. This is perhaps the worst anybody had to go through, and everybody's going through this together. You might end up in a piece of property, on a piece of land nobody won, a forsaken wilderness somewhere. Guess what? Dig go. You may make all the stupid mistakes. You might waste all your money on the gasoline, on the tractor. You may become a laughing stock in your family, outside of your family. No way out. Well, let me tell you, if you were to use the next 21 days to prepare, to set aside an hour a day, think about this story and to work on yourself. Yes, there's goal waiting for you. May not be the goal that you are digging for. You turn into some kind of goal that will worth just as much or even more. If you like this book, if you live within an hour drive from where I live, you can just let me know. I will be glad. I put aside 100 copies of this, just 100 copies. This book I haven't put on Amazon. Maybe someday I will. I haven't put on the market. It's for my client and people whom I care about. Talk about my experience. You let me know. I'll have this copy to you free of charge, postpaid. Here you have it. My 21-day challenge. Actually, the name of this series should be Dig Go. Stick in with me for the next 21 days. I promise you, you're gonna get some real serious nugget you can use on your daily life. For about an hour a day, you get to pick up different skill set, different tool sets, and different mindset to face your life after COVID. Life will be a lot more enjoyable. You'll make money a lot easier. You find a lot more fulfillment. You'll be able to spend more time with your loved one. You actually make the money and you get to enjoy the money. And the money will put to good use, whether it be for yourself, your own enjoyment, or for your loved one, or for the betterment of the society that you live in. Dig Go is something I thought long and hard. I study, I accumulate together. Tomorrow we'll talk about forming habit, how you can just in one day know the basic fundamental, and for the rest of your life put in some good habit that will be easy, will be a part of you. These are things, like I said, you're not going to find anywhere else. I promise you, and it's free. I have spent so much money, so much time in digging out all those things. I want to put in practice. I want to send it out and share it with you. Now, some of you might say, hey, I'm a grandparent, I'm retired, I'm no longer have to do all that kind of thing. Fine. We hope you enjoy the story, hope you enjoy this first day. But please pass along to your children or grandchildren. Some of you could be a boss, a manager, or a big company, CEO of a big company, or a big corporation, an organization. Please share my 21-day challenge. I'm not the best speaker in the world, but I do have a big heart. I may not speak the best perfect English, but I promise you I got some great story to tell. I may not be the most eloquent person, but I do have a lot of material you're not going to get anywhere else. I guarantee you. Tomorrow we'll talk about habit, and then we'll talk about the 3 areas: mindset, skill set, and tool set. And I promise you're going to make a lot more money, a lot quicker, have more fun with money, and you'll be a whole lot more successful. Thank you for being a part of 21-day challenge. All the best to you. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me or leave any comment. And please like what I'm sharing here, or make a comment on here. Share, help me out. It will help me to get myself known to more people, so that we can have a better world after COVID. All the best to you.